I don't know why, that makes me smile every time.
Yeah, but he says it so low you barely hear him.
Yeah, it's been cutting out recently, but that's okay. We all get the point. Still makes me smile. Anyway, last week we had some issues. Um, you guys came up to this pool of water, approximately 40 feet across, 45 feet, something like that. That was being fed by this little trickle of water down the side of um, the wall of this island. Um, as you guys were trying to figure some stuff out, Ariana decided to walk down to where this little pool turned into a small stream. She crossed the stream and went around to the other side. Um, you guys obviously couldn't see each other at the time, and when Ariana tried to call out to you, I believe it was Lazum was the only one that could hear her, and it was very quiet, almost impossible to hear. And then I believe Rogar decided to try and throw a boulder across, but it didn't go anywhere near as far as he expected it to. Um, you guys determined that there was some sort of resistance in the area around this pool. Um, I believe somebody was comparing it to what was it, ballistics gel?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and after a while, um, and after a while of Iriana not returning, you guys decided to go follow her tracks to try to find her. And I believe you guys got to the stream where she crossed, where when you guys decided to stop and have a discussion about something. I don't remember. In the meantime, Iriana had tried to make her way back. She followed her same path back and around, and um, came all the way back to where she left the party. Only the party is no longer there. And logically, if she followed the same path that she took, and you guys followed the same path that she took, you should have passed each other. Only you didn't. She took some time and decided to call out for the party again. Only you guys haven't heard that yet. So,
Yeah. When we called out to her, did she hear us when she was on the other side of the water? That I don't remember.
give me a second. Let me look through some rolls here. Um, I'm gonna say more than likely, considering her perception is like
Okay,
off the
that's fine.
charts.
I couldn't remember if if it was one of those where my character wouldn't know, but so my mind can associate what might be going on.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure she heard you guys shout back to her when she was on the other side of the river.
Okay.
But it would have also been very, very quiet. Again, almost imperceptible. Okay, so you guys are standing at the stream where Ariana crossed over to the other side, and you guys were, I believe you're talking about trying to find something for Damba to sniff out. Only nobody in the party had anything of Ariana's.
Yep.
And you still got the two scholars and the two dwarven security guards, quote unquote.
Take a step back, and I look for a rock.
There are plenty of them around.
I'm looking for a rock about 5 inches wide.
Okay, they're sure you find one.
Okay, and I pick it up. I don't throw it hard, but I throw it, see if you know it does the same thing where we're about to cross as it did across the water.
So you throw it across the stream as opposed in across the pool.
Yeah, and instead of throwing it 1,000 miles an hour, you know, like tossing it, because I figure it's a smaller strain, it may or may not do that same occurrence if I throw it hard.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. Okay. Pull back your arm and you toss it.
Underhand toss.
Okay. You do an underhand toss, and it sails over the stream. Lands on the other side with a thud and a small poof of dust.
So I hear a thud. Is there any? Is it a sound that I expect and the distance I expect to throw it?
It probably went a little further than you expected, but it it's pretty much what you expected, yeah.
Okay. I suggest we go. We follow the tracks. Maybe she called out to us because she was hurt because of the how faint her voice was.
Before we do that, um, we don't have anything of Irianus for Damba to
Correct.
hit on as a scent, but we do have her footsteps,
You do.
and so I'm going to try and get Damba to get a scent from her footsteps and see if he can follow that. So how
Okay.
would you like me to do that?
Give me an animal handling for yourself, for Latham. Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check through Damba. Okay. Um, you start trying to get Damba to sniff out the steps, and it takes excuse me, takes you a few minutes because Damba seems to be confused. Um, he kind of sniffs at the steps and kind of walks back and forth a few times and sniffs at the tracks again and kind of walks back and forth again. And after maybe 5 minutes, he seems to finally have figured it out. And he does start to cross the stream. You guys gonna follow?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to follow him. While we're following these tracks, I also am looking to see if there are any tracks coming back that we might observe also. I'm just guessing that maybe she would have tried to come back.
Okay, you don't see any obvious signs of tracks returning. Damba continues sniffing at the tracks. Several times he kind of stops and turns around and starts sniffing back towards the direction he came. And then he stops and then starts sniffing back towards the other side of the pool. B side. But for the most part, he is heading for the B side of the pool. How far are you guys gonna follow?
All the way.
Okay.
Unless somebody has a better idea.
Okay. You get to the other side of the pool, and Damba's kind of sniffing around, and he keeps stopping and looking back the way you guys came from, and sniffing, and then he'll lower his head and sniff at the ground, and then he kind of stops and looks around. He just looks very confused. And as you guys are looking around, you guys don't see any indication of Yuriana. And you get to the point where her trail literally just stops. And there's no indication of her.
Speak with animals and
Okay.
kneel down and try and talk with Damba. Figure out what's going on. And why he keeps going one way and then the next and back and then forward and then back and forward.
Okay. Okay, this one allows you to actually speak with him, as opposed to just kind of get impressions, right? It looks that way. Because I know we've had two different variations of it as we've played.
Yeah. This one is speak. I forget the other one. The other one was one that Elro had, but
That was one where you could just get impressions.
correct.
And I think gnomes also, the class of bow or the race of bow has also lets him speak to animals, but he only gets impressions. Right, Bo?
Yeah, I just have that one.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to clarify that with myself. So what do you say to Damba Sky as you cast a spell?
You keep moving as though you are tracking her forward, and then you move back, and then you go forward again, and then you look back, and then you keep. It's very confusing watching you. Just curious what you are. What is what you are smelling, what you are tracking. If there's other scents, or if she for sure came this way, or what's going on.
Okay, Dumbo unfortunately has intelligence of 3. So the response you get from him is I smell small friend go this way, then small friend go that way. But small friend still go this way. Many small friend.
Many small friend. Many times, or many version. Is there a different scent between them, or same scent, like walk back and forth?
Same small friend. Move back and forth. And Sky, as you are kind of kneeling down in front of Damba, everyone give me perception checks. Oh wait, we already did that the perception check for that one. Never mind, ignore that.
I will scratch him between the ears and thank him and repeat what he's said to them.
Okay. Before you stand up and turn to talk to them, you notice that you just happen to glance down and you notice there's actually a second set of tracks now. And that's when you guys hear Iriana's voice. All 3 of you hear it. It sounds like it's coming from the other side of the pool.
I suggest
At this
we
point,
follow
I
the
will.
steps that just appeared.
No, just a second. Sky, what were you saying?
At this point, I will scratch Jamba between his ears, stand up and say that Jamba senses her footprints going kind of back and forth, like she came this way and went the other way. And now it's sounding like she's over there.
Okay, and at this point you guys would notice that there is now a trail of footprints going back the other direction.
I suggest we follow him as he's talking. I'm looking at them. Okay, do they just appear? Or does it look like somebody's taking a step, and they appear to be moving?
No, they just appear. It's like they weren't there, and you guys kind of looked away, looked around a little bit, and when you look back, they're there.
All right. Well, if nobody else sees it, pointing it out. And I suggest we follow the trail now, since there wasn't there before.
I will yell across the lake, or attempt to yell across the lake, or whatever.
Okay.
Stay put. We are coming back.
Okay. Ariana, give me a perception check.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Ariana, you are on the A side of the pool, and you're kind of looking around. Your friends aren't there at the moment. Um, I believe you do see their tracks heading basically the direction you came from,
Right.
and you shout out to them. And you wait a moment or two, and you haven't heard anything from them yet. What are you gonna do?
All right. Could you repeat that one more time?
Okay. You return to the A side of the pool. You're looking around. You're not seeing your friends, your party. Um, After a little bit of looking around, you do notice that there are tracks heading back towards the way you just came from. You shout out for them, but and you kind of stop and listen for a few moments, but you don't hear any reply. Um, what are you doing?
I will wait there.
Okay. How long are you gonna wait?
Um, what time is it?
I believe it's approximately. Let's see, with all the travel you guys have done, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And about what time was it when I headed over to the other side?
I would say probably a little before noon.
All right. I will wait for about an hour.
Okie doke. Okay. Did you want to do anything during that hour?
I'll periodically call across, but that's about it.
You'll
Or
call.
and listen.
You'll call
Try and call
across. Is
across the
that
water.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. How periodically? How often?
5 minutes.
Approximately every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Before we turn around, can I ask 2 questions? Are we on the opposite side of the lake by the lake?
Yes, you're on the B side of the lake.
Okay, I would do one thing while I'm on that side before we came back.
Okay.
Sample the water.
As in drink it, taste it.
Yeah. Taste it.
Okay, go for it. I guess you said you did it, so you did it. Um, Tastes like clear fresh water.
Okay.
It's actually very clean. It's no indication of any kind of pollutants or anything like that. It's
Well, I was mainly testing. I was mainly sampling it to find out if it was still freshwater or saltwater.
okay. It is freshwater.
Okay. Then yeah, I'd come back.
Okay, can I get perception checks from all three of you? Damn, Liam. Okay, everyone except Sky, unfortunately. Well, I guess Liam and Rogar. Um, as you guys are turning back to follow the tracks, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys turn around and start following the tracks back, you suddenly hear Iriana call out again, and again, and again. And you hear her call out to you like 8 times in a row. Really quickly.
Um, when it stops, I'll call out and say, "We're coming back. We're coming back," and I'll scream it out.
Okay. Iriana, after you've been sitting there about half an hour or so, waiting, you hear Sky yell out to you to tell you to stay put. And they're coming to you. And then about a minute later, you hear Rogar call out to you, telling you to stay put. And they're coming back. So, Iriana, what are you doing?
Is one
I
louder
will
than the
stay
other?
there and wait.
Okie doke. So, Rogar, Sky, Lazum, and Damba. What are you guys doing?
On the footprints back.
The tracks back.
Yes, keep following.
Dumbo will kind of start sniffing at the tracks and start to follow them very quickly. He'll kind of sprint ahead and stop every 50 feet or so to wait for you guys to catch up. Sniffing at the tracks is, every couple of feet. He's definitely onto something, and he's sure this time. He seems much less confused and much more confident in his direction. You guys make it back to the stream. I'm assuming you guys cross it.
Yes.
Okay. You cross it, make your way back over to the A side of the river, or the pool. And as you walk up, you see Iriana sitting there. And she's just kind of sitting there, staring out into the pool. And yeah. Iriana, after about another hour or so, or another half hour or so, you kind of look off to the side where you came from, and you see these very blurry images of your party members. it's almost like the images kind of dart forward and then pause for a moment, and then dart forward another 5 feet or so, and then pause for a moment. And it's very blurry. It's like they're moving in slow motion, and the closer they get to you, the more normal their movement looks. And they get to within about 20 feet of you, and it suddenly changes, and they're just moving normally and greeting you.
Where'd you go?
All right. Me? Been here for like an hour. Seems this little pond lake isn't all it seems.
Damba runs up to you and kind of licks you all over the face, and kind of basically tackles you to the ground, and is kind of circling you with his tail wagging, and he keeps looking back at Lazem and back at you and back at Lazem, like, look, I found her, see, I found her, kind of attitude.
And I'll step up to Damba, get down on my knees and hug him and pet him and say, "You did good, boy."
Don't forget that Damba is actually taller than you, even when you're standing at full height.
Well, all right, then I don't need to get down on my knees. Sorry. But you did good, boy. And then I reach into my pack and grab a ration. And here's a treat for you. And he gobbles it down in just one gulp.
Very much so.
But hopefully that's reinforced that when he does what I ask him, he gets a treat.
Yeah. He's pretty well trained.
I know, but it never hurts to make sure.
True. So, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, what time is it now since we're back and it's taken an hour?
I'd say it's about 2:30ish.
Okay. I say that, I would really like to camp here for the night. Because I would like to know. I would like to find out what's on the other side, where this stream's coming from. Because the sea that we know is. Okay, being out of character. Me and Sky were talking last week after the game. And to our knowledge, the sea is actually a salt sea, right?
I believe so. I believe we've established that.
Okay, I was making sure that so my characters, and because we know that there is a salt on the other side of the wall where we come from, but the water coming out of here is fresh water. I'm wondering if there is actually a plateau on the other side of this wall to where it's a lake, then whatever space, and then another wall. So I was wondering to fly over just to sample the water on the other side without anybody leaving so I don't get lost. So camping here so I can test that tonight.
Well, it would seem to me that we can't camp here and let you go off to test the water or look for something, because same thing happens to Ariana will happen to you, or might happen to you.
Except that last night he went up and nothing happened that we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it appears that if we leave the space that we're at, time gets distorted. But if we stay, if you stay in the same spot, this distortion, you'll return to the distortion that you were in.
I don't know. My suggestion was that we all go.
Well, okay. Can you climb this wall?
No, but I can stand at the bottom while you go over the top.
Isn't that what I'm suggesting?
Yes. I think
That's
that's
pretty much
pretty
what
much what he was
he was just
suggesting.
saying.
Okay, I misunderstood then. I thought you were talking about going where Ariana has been.
Oh no, no, no. She's been on the other side of the ocean. I'm talking about. From my understanding, the wall is to our back. There's a stream coming off the wall, and we're in a spot where we can camp. I'm going straight up and looking over the wall, or going over the wall enough to taste the water, and then coming right back down.
Okay, I guess that works. I thought you were going to go somewhere else to taste the water, and that was just not making any sense to me. Because we'd most likely just get separated like we had with Ariana. So, sure, go ahead, do what you want.
Okay. And the rest of you, what do you guys feel about
Um,
it?
I'm fine. I
Delegate,
camp in
delegate.
here for the night, and we can see what's on the other or what's above us here. See if something's wrong on the map or anything else.
Okay.
Supposed to, I mean, if it's 2:30 in the afternoon, approximately, instead of waiting till it gets dark so that you can go up, why don't I just go up?
Because I didn't know you could do that. So I suggest you go up.
Mm, You've seen my unicorn.
And then he remembers the unicorn. I don't see it that often that I don't think about it. No, actually, I don't think I had seen your unicorn. I was out cold.
Yeah, you saw it in the
You,
combat, and it was he was still flying on it when you came out, when you
Okay.
woke up.
Okay.
So you've seen it a couple of times.
I forgot about that. I just wasn't thinking about
so I will summon the unicorn from the crossbow, and I will go ahead and fly up right now so we don't. I mean, not to say that we can't stay here for the night, but I will go ahead and go up now and chase the water on the other side based on the description that he said last night was the wall and the sea and the water being over here.
I just have to say before I continue that that just sounds very weird that you summon a unicorn from a crossbow.
You made it. Um,
I'm not arguing with that part. I'm just it sounds very weird.
it. Magically delicious. Oh,
and then I also want to see where, because we saw this stream coming down the wall,
Hmm.
but it came out of the clouds, correct?
Yes.
I want to pay attention to this area up here um, to see if that stream is coming out of the wall somewhere, where it's coming out of the wall, if it is, or how exactly this stream is just kind of appearing once I get above the clouds.
Okay. Um. Okay, you take off on your unicorn, and you fly up, um, carefully avoiding the branches and the canopy. Um, you come up through the fog, and as you come out the top, first of all, you're blinded because it's suddenly a bright day as opposed to the diffused light that you get below the fog. Um, but after a few moments of kind of blinking the blinding away, you're able to return to your normal diminished view as a drow. I mean, you can still see, it's just not particularly comfortable. Um, and as you come up to the top, you look. You come up to the top of the wall and you look out over, and it's basically what you would expect to see. You see the. You come up over the top of the wall, and there's basically a grassy hill for about 30 feet or so, which slowly turns into about a 30-foot beach, which goes down into the ocean. Um, Above the cloud layer, you do not see a waterfall, or rather the trickle of water that goes down into the pool. Um, there's no indication of any water descending the wall at all.
Were you looking at the trickle before you came through the fog?
Um,
That's what I had said.
yeah. Basically, your best guess at this point is the trickle actually starts in the fog somewhere.
Yep.
So you would have to specifically go down looking for it, which I don't know.
Which I will on the way down, but right now I'm above, so I want to go taste the water, see if it's salty, see if it's fresh.
Yeah, the ocean water is salty. It is a saltwater ocean.
Then I will find another color.
I'm sorry?
Finding another color.
Oh, okay.
I will come back down to below the clouds, fog or whatever, and come back to the little trickle and follow it up very slowly and see if I can figure out where the water is coming out.
See, I guess we need to.
Because it's got to be coming out of something. Unless it's right out of the fog. Weird.
I guess at this point we need to figure out, can a Pegasus unicorn hover? The things you have to figure out in D&D. Sure, why not? Let's go with they can. Okay, so you come back down below the fog and go up against the get as close as you can to the wall, and still be safe. Not take the chance of unicorn hitting it with with its wings or whatever. So you're probably within, say, 10 feet of the wall. And you slowly make your way up, and you have trouble seeing the wall. I mean, you can still see it, but it's, there are times when you kind of have to really strain to see it. And and you can hear the water trickling, and you get about 2/3 to 3/4 the way up the fog layer, and there's just this um, oh, lack for a better description, a crack in the wall. It's maybe 8 inches wide. Well, I get 8 inches tall, and maybe about a foot and a half wide. And there's just a crack in the wall, and there's just this trickle of water just pouring out of it.
Something like one of those, or something like a hole kind of thing, or
More like this one.
does it look like the amount of water that is coming out of the crack, um, like it's a small crack, but is it like rushing out of there? It's just so little in comparison that looks like a trickle for the rest of us down there, or
Yeah,
is it
basically.
okay?
I mean, it's just like it's rushing out of there, and it's a couple feet below that. It's hitting the wall, and it's just kind of running down the wall because now that it's not being forced through the crack, it's able to spread out and just kind of run down the wall, and it just kind of looks like a trickle when it gets down to the bottom because there's not all the pressure behind it. But this up here at the crack, it's just kind of gushing. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, say it again.
I'm just mumbling to myself with
Oh,
the
okay.
mic on for no reason.
Okay. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
I don't. I will go ahead and head back down to them down here.
Okay.
And I will explain that to them.
Well,
There
just
is
just just a second.
okay, never mind.
Okay. Sky, but as far as you're concerned, you were gone for maybe 45 minutes, a half hour, maybe 30, 45 minutes, something like that. Um, for the rest of the party, since Sky left, it has gotten dark. He has been gone for hours. Um,
Did he notice the sky getting dark up there?
I'm sorry?
Did Sky notice it getting dark where he was?
No. Uh, for Sky, he's been gone for about 45 minutes. Um, as far as the rest of you are concerned, um, Sky left, and it has been upwards of 6 hours since he left.
Oh,
It has actually gotten dark.
It if there's a time gradient between where he is and where we are, wouldn't it catch up uh, as he got closer to us coming back?
Maybe, but he hasn't returned yet.
I know, but I'm just thinking, if that's the case, we could be concerned about him being gone so long, but as long as we don't move away, he should uh, rejoin us in our time.
Okay, but that's all out of character, right? Because
Yes, I know.
okay,
I'm I'm not some great magician or scientist or anything like that. I can't know about that stuff.
you guys have any idea how much it itches when you have a wound that has been really bad for a really long time and it's finally healing? Have any idea how much that itches? It's driving me
A lot, I'm
freaking.
sure.
Oh my god, it's driving me freaking nuts right now. Sorry, completely off topic. Go ahead and continue with what you're saying.
If you scratch it, just make sure you do it more as a rub than a scratch. You don't want to tear it open again.
Yes, Father. I'm not scratching it in any way. Well, I'm pressing against it. That's it. It just it's driving me nuts. But go on. Say what you guys were saying. I will suffer. Try to suffer in silence.
Oh, I'll talk with the rest of the group and say, he's been gone a long while. But I think our best bet is to stay right here. Just camp. And when he gets back, we should rejoin. If we go off trying to find him or something like that, then we're going to end up with another person or two uh, lost.
You agree?
I agree.
So,
I'm already setting up camp because that was the plan we had when he went up.
yes, I think uh, if he doesn't return again after daylight, then we may want to consider some other plan. But right now, I think we need to stay put.
I think
Okay. Um, Sky, as you come down out of the fog, um, it seems to get dark pretty quickly. It's like the sun sets, or more like a cloud goes in front of the sun and then the sun sets. So it gets dark pretty quickly. It's and approximately 9 o'clock ish at night. Um, you guys watch as Sky on his very easy to see white unicorn, flying unicorn, um, starts to approach the camp, and very similar to what you saw earlier, Ariana. The image is very kind of blurry, and kind of jumps forward like 5 feet, and then stays there for a moment, and then jumps forward another 5 feet, and stays there for a moment. And the movement is very blurred and slow motion. And just as he comes into a landing, um, it's like everything catches up, and he's moving normally, and and everything, and everyone sees this time. But Sky, as you come into your landing, the party is sitting around this campfire, um, uh, maybe possibly eating their ration for the day. I don't know, but they're sitting around this campfire, and it's dark all around you, and it's almost it's kind of a very stark difference because um, you had just been blinded by the light up above. Now it's suddenly dark everywhere, and it's very obviously, you know, the sun has very obviously gone down, and it's pretty obvious to you that time has skipped for you.
I
I give him a cup of coffee or tea or whatever I've made when he comes back and say, "What'd you find?"
well, not much. Um, it's definitely salt water on the other side. Um, definitely seems like we're on the edge of the island versus what the map shows.
Did you see where the water was coming from?
There is a small crack. I will motion with my hands, about yay wide, about yay tall, that the water is rushing out of.
In the cliff?
In the cliff, in the clouds.
Do the clouds go up to the top from where we're at? I see it. I see it here, but he's asking because he doesn't know. Is this what I saw when I flew over uh, the last time?
Pretty much, yeah.
So I know about this gap between the wall and the cloud cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I ask him if he thinks that. Give me a second so I can. I'm drawing this in the. That it could be like this, and it's like from here downwards, where I just put that square. Downwards could be a cave over there, or do we have an idea of how the map could be so different from what we see? The one that was drawn by somebody else and what we see.
Well, I didn't spend much time up there, so I didn't really look at it very hard. And I've only been gone for less than an hour, so
What? You've been gone for 6 hours.
mhm. No, I went up, tasted the water, came down, went back up following the stream or the trickle waterfall thing, and found the crack in the wall and came straight back down.
Well, it's been, as you can tell, it's dark out now, and we've got the camp set up. We've been waiting for you for 6 hours. I thought you were doing some uh, thorough investigation or something. As long as it took.
Uh, and I don't know. Got to be that same effect as the pond, and maybe the stream has something to do with it. But yeah, it's the hole is yay wide. Nothing that I could have really done. I mean, I could take Iriana up with her stone skills. Maybe she could do something, but I can't get close enough to the cliff to do anything. Um, and I might be able to get my hand in, but I'm not going to be able to climb in. There might be a cave back there, but I don't know how any of us would get into it.
I'm not saying go back up and check. I was just wondering if as we're walking since we decided to follow the wall around until we got to where we were going, if looking for a cave or something, like we found on the south side of us, that opening in the rock or the wall, see if there's an opening farther away. So walk around this lake and meet us to the wall. It is quite disturbing that there's at least a 6 hour time frame between where we went and where we left off. I look over at Ariana and I ask, "About how long did it take us to get back? Once you got here, how long did it take us to get back to you?"
I'm gonna shrug and say an hour.
How long did we think that it took us to get back from the other side of the lake?
That's what I was going to ask next. Thanks.
Um, about an hour, a little over an hour.
Okay. How long does? Oh, okay. I'd ask Ariana this, but you'd be able to give this answer. How long does she think she was gone from the party compared to how long we felt she was gone?
I'm assuming that was all out of character.
That okay. I would ask Ariana that, but since none of us know, I'm asking you that question. So it's like okay. Well, I was only. How long did it feel like you walked across and back, type of thing?
Well, so here's the thing. Since both parties, one party A being Ariana, party B being everyone else, did the walk, and you guys both spent approximately the same amount of time over there, basically long enough to look around for a couple minutes, then turn around and walk back. You both spent about the same amount of time through the distortion, so it's your time comparisons are going to be about the same.
Okay.
So
No, that
yeah,
makes sense. Okay. That's I was just seeing. Yeah.
in that instance, your time comparisons are going to be pretty close to the same. The thing with Sky leaving and coming back, since you guys didn't actually move, there was a distinct difference.
This stumps me. I tried dispelling the water this morning. It was coming down the rock face, and nothing happened. I can try detect magic again, but based on the last few times that I've done it, this whole place has auras all over the place. So
Just point of clarification: it's not that nothing happened; the spell fizzled.
nothing happened. Um,
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
for me, nothing happened.
Well, you can tell the difference between nothing happening and the spell not working. As in, there's a difference in the way that the magic feels between casting the spell on something that doesn't have anything to dispel, as in the spell is successful, but there's nothing to dispel, so nothing happens. As opposed to there's something to dispel, but the spell didn't work because it wasn't powerful enough. You can make that distinction
Yep.
with the
Okay.
feeling. This
Got it.
okay.
I get
Sorry.
it. I'm trying to. Yeah, I got it the first time you said it.
Sorry. Didn't mean
I'm
to beat a
just
dead
trying
horse.
to. So recanting that. Um. So this morning, when I tried to dispel it, it was much more powerful than whatever this effect is more powerful than I can possibly ever uh, try to dispel with my innate casting. And I don't see trying to detect magic working because every time I've done it thus far, there's just magical auras all over the place. And it's not very conducive to us.
What's that?
Did anybody anything?
I agree.
I think everyone's stumped.
Because it's one of those where it becomes a waste because of all the magic that's around us. You can't tell what. And there's still no sign of like imagery or image. No,
Illusion.
thank you. Illusion. I mean, you can try it if you want to, but I don't think it'd do anything unless we got really lucky.
Think for now we should just try and head to the Rhyme Guard and see if we have the same issues or the same results on our way back here.
That makes sense. I don't see that we're going to solve anything because what I think is that we're in some sort of a time dilation. And although we can demonstrate by splitting up that there are different times affected, as we get back closer and closer to each other, the dilation or distortion goes away. So since there's no way for us to make observance of what's going on from outside of the area of the system, whatever, we can't prove what we think is happening.
It's above my thinking scale.
That's kind of the way I was thinking too, that, you know, it's happening. We can see or know that something is happening, but we aren't educated enough to know what it is or how to demonstrate it.
I will try to think. How many days have we been here?
Crap, I knew somebody was going to ask that eventually.
Like,
You said there's a 6
I
hour
just
difference.
we've had what, like 4 or 5 nights here, give or take.
Give me a second, let me see if I can count them.
Yeah.
Are you saying that it may have been like a month outside, or sorry, 45 minutes outside?
That is what I'm gonna check.
I like your thinking.
I'm gonna say it again. I hate time travel.
Yeah, because then we're gonna be old men, and
Okay, just from my memory, I want to say when you wake up, you'll be on day 10.
Day
I,
10 of being on the island or of
yes,
having
being being
left,
being on the island.
plus 10 days of travel to get here.
I believe so.
All right.
Now, I can't verify that number. I'd have to actually go back through the videos to check that. But
That's
it,
fine.
I'm like pretty sure that when you wake up in the morning, it'll be day 10.
All right. Then I will get send a sending to Sorsha, or attempt to. And double checking. Yeah, I will just send her a message asking how the master's house is doing, or how is the master's house? Has Araya returned? How long have we been gone?
Okay, so now I gotta count. You see, you're on the ocean for 10 days. It,
Plus, like a day or two travel to Havenport, or it's 3 days to Havenport. It's like 23 days or so.
okay, so approximately 23 days. Okay. Um, okay, and you asked how's the master's house doing? Has Oriya returned, and how long have you been gone?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Okay. She replies, everything's been going fine. There's no sign of Oriya. And you left just shy of 2 weeks?
Just shy of 2 weeks. All right. I will after that brief conversation, I will kind of turn to everyone else and say that by my count, we've been gone from the Master's house, including our trip here, for roughly a bit over 3 weeks, maybe. But just sent the sending message to Sorsha, and she said that we've only been gone about 2 weeks, which took us a few days to get to Havenport, and then about 10 days on the boat, which would mean we've only been on the island for about 1 day for everyone else.
So we are slowed from the rest of the world, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Yes. That's what it seems like, yeah. Which means we could spend a while here on the island and not have very much time pass above or off the island.
But then there's also a field that either slows or quickens going across that lake. Something based on that trickle coming out of the water, possibly, that is coming from the cliff in the clouds. Which we do not know where it's coming from.
Yeah. With that knowledge, I do still think we should head to the Vanguard and see what the shipwreck is like so we can take some notes about it. But it also means, Bryn, that if your grandfather. Nah, how long? If he was here 200 years ago?
250.
250 years ago? That a couple thousand years have passed on the island here in that time. If the magic hasn't changed.
That makes even less sense.
Yes, because if it's that much longer that the ship has been here and so forth, then why are things like around the village in such good repair? You'd think they would be crumbled to dust.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you'd think it'd
definitely
be
would.
the opposite. Exactly.
You're forgetting how many time fields that we've gone through. It doesn't always mean that the same time field is the same for every area. Because remember, I flew over the wall and there was no time delay. You flew over the wall here and there's a time delay. We walk around and we move outside of time.
And because of this shifting in time, do you really know that it's changing at all? I mean, you are in it. How can you perceive it? And the only way we detected
Definitely
it
the
this
question.
time, the only way we detected it this time is because part of our party left and part stayed. And that happened both times with Iriana and with Sky. So I think we're in a very peculiar situation. I'm hoping that when we finally return to the sea and get a ride back, that we'll be back in the same time frame that we started in. But we don't know that that's true. It may be hundreds of years in the future. But, we can only do something about what we know for sure about. So it seems to me the only thing to do is to go ahead and proceed with our plans to go to the, pardon me, the Rhyme Guard and investigate it. And then see what we find. I do recommend, however, that we all stay together. Because, if we separate, we could each end up in our own little time field.
Yeah, staying together is definitely the best idea.
Yes, I think it has to be. Oh well, so much for pondering the imponderable.
Are you still talking? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Can you not hear us? I take it he can't.
Hello?
Hello?
So there's a time distortion in Discord too.
Hello? Can you hear us now? I'm gonna take silence as a no. I have to say, guys, I'm loving this island a whole lot more than I thought it would. I was going to. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am.
Yes, but what I hope is that you've created this situation. I hope you also have a way to get out of the situation when the time comes.
I guess we'll see. We have you back yet, Kenny? I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? If you're talking, we can't hear you. Well, it seems strange that they would change in the middle of us playing.
That's
Or
what it did last week.
did it really?
Yeah. He plugged or unplugged or plugged or something with an HDMI uh, into a what's it called? I don't know. Not a KVM switch, but what's the other one? Docking station. Uh, and when he plugged the HDMI in, his PC automatically changed his audio output to his TV instead of the speakers that it was supposed to be.
Ah, oops.
I mean, Discord changes mine here and there all the time, anyways. Um, Not typically while I'm in Discord
Yeah,
yet, but
that's what I was thinking. Is just that if he was futzing around with plugging and unplugging stuff, then that was his own damn fault. But what did you break, Kenny? Were you messaging with him, Sky?
just in lobby.
Oh, huh. Hello, hello. Can you hear us?
Testes, testes, 1, 2.
I don't like you, and middle of your dad's statement is like, what? And that was it.
Well, stop plugging things in and unplugging things and confusing the
Okay,
computer.
I wasn't even touching my computer.
I don't know. Did you figure out what's going on?
Did.
Are you good to
No,
go?
I'm good to go. I'm here. It's like I was ready to go before. I just couldn't hear nothing. Now I am.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
I honestly, because of that, I don't remember. That's why I said your dad was saying something. Then as soon as I said hello, did you just try to fix that? My mind went blank.
Okay, well,
It's okay. I'll just do it like I did last week.
um, okay, so, um, was there anything else you guys wanted to say?
I'm just confused.
No.
No, I can't remember what I said before either, so must not have been important.
I remember it's something along the lines of hoping that, basically, you're hoping that when you guys get off the island, you're gonna end up back in the same timeline.
Yeah, I do remember that.
There was there was more to it, but
Yeah,
that's basically the gist of it.
the real important point of that was that we can't separate. We have to stay together as long as we're on this island, or we may never find each other.
That too.
And if you get lost, stay still. But don't move.
Okay, so I believe you guys still have some Axbeak rations to munch on.
Yeah, I think so.
Like for first watch tonight, I guess, since y'all have been up for the last 6 hours and I've been up for the last hour searching.
That works.
I'll take last if I need it.
Okay, who's got mid?
I guess I can.
Okay. Is there any crafting or professions you guys want to do before bed?
No, not really.
Anybody want to go wander away from the party and hunt or gather herbs or
Nope.
something away from the party?
No, because you guys left me the last time I went hunting. No.
They left you?
Yeah, remember I went hunting and then I'm gonna go find a place to camp because I'm like, okay, since we're camping
Oh.
here.
Yeah, they walked like 100 feet up further up the wall. I remember that now.
So no, I'm not leaving the group. Not that I'm don't trust them, but no.
Okay.
I will set an alarm over the party.
Okay. And Sky, go ahead and give me your perception stealth checks. Okay. How did you set that alarm? Did you set it to wake everyone, or just
No, just in my head.
okay? Okay. Let's see, 17. Okay. What do you do during your watch? I mean, how do you stealth and all that? Basically, tell me your position and are you like hiding in a tree? You hiding?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I will find a tree, climb it, flip my mirror, and kind of watch over the camp. Yeah, my little 20-foot square will be like just off from the campfire. Sure how close we are to the pond, but yeah, just off to one of the sides or whatever, just in case I don't see something that I can hear it in my head.
Okay. Um. The first half of your watch goes by pretty quietly. There's not really a whole lot going on. You see a couple of nocturnal critters, like owls and bats flying around. But that's to be expected. It's middle of the night. Um, about halfway through your watch, out of the corner of your eye, you see um, this flash of white. You turn to look, and it's one of those six-legged hunting cats. Only this one is stark white. And it's basically walking along the wall, following the wall, not walking on it. Basically following the same route that you guys took to get to this pool. And it's sniffing at the ground and just kind of casually walking along or following the wall, kind of getting closer and closer to the camp. And as you're watching this one, you hear a very low, almost imperceptible growl. Okay, the white cat is maybe 75, 80 feet away from you. And you hear this almost imperceptible growl on the opposite side of you. And as you look, it takes you a few moments, but you do find that the black cat give me a second, I need to drink something. Sorry about that. You find the black cat coming up on the camp as well. As you see it, it's probably about 10 feet away from triggering your alarm. What do you want to do? For the record, they rolled crap stealth.
So, White Kitty's wall being like there, White Kitty's getting really close to the arm, and Black Kitty's over yonder, and I'm like, here.
Okay, so kind of what's the X?
X's camp.
You're kind of staring off towards the white cat and your little box for alarm is like right here. That's the way I imagined it in my head. I apologize if I described it poorly.
No, I'm just trying to see what you're saying. So this is like 10 feet-ish here, right?
Yeah, approximately. I mean, with your abilities, you can see like forever at night. So
Yeah, but Um,
What is
I'm,
your dark vision range? Is like 150 feet or something like that?
I think it's 180.
Very
Interesting.
far.
He sees better in the dark than he does during the day. I think that's hilarious.
Um, and then how far am I from the Black Cat approximately? And how far there?
The white cat's about 75 to 80 feet away. The black cat's a little bit closer, maybe 65, 70 feet, something like that. I'll give you a few moments to decide what you're gonna do.
Uh, um, um,
Bum, 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 bum. Are you talking?
no.
Okay, just making sure.
I will whisper. I don't know what I'll whisper. I'll whisper something. Um,
He'll just whisper menacingly.
whisper like blind or something like that, and pop up for dancing lights. Two over in front of the white cat, and two over, like on either side of the black cat.
Okay. Um, the white cat. Everyone, give me perception checks with disadvantage, including Damba, except Sky. Sky doesn't have to.
Bum, 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 bum. Come on, open up for me. Thank you. Maybe there was something I'd forgotten to do when I reset.
Open the character sheet.
Yep. I'm like, it's not there. It's, oh, yeah, that's why. Perception disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Not bad.
Okay, Rogar stays asleep. Everyone else does wake up, including Damba. That'd be Ariana, Lasem, and Damba. Y'all wake up as you hear a loud, the white cat kind of roars out loudly in surprise to the dancing lights, and squats down into a defensive position, and then suddenly turns around and bolts. The black cat, however, takes kind of jumps back a little as the lights appear, but is not as easily frightened apparently, as it kind of looks at them intently for a moment and takes a step towards them and sniffs at it, and then kind of paws at it a moment and decides it's not a threat. It is it's not approaching anymore, but it's also not retreating. It is looking around, curious more than anything else. The white cat has bolted and has disappeared. And
From cat to cat, how far was it?
um
I'm not good with triangles, but if it was like 75 there and then 60 there. Oh, math.
what is the
Uh,
hypotenuse of this triangle, Bo?
well, at D&D, if it was 60 feet to the side, then he's 60 feet away. Doesn't matter the angle.
He's got a point. So they're about 65 feet away from each other. 70, something like that, I guess.
Then per turn, I can move them 60 feet, so I will, move them there.
For the longest time, I thought that spell said that each light had to be within 20 feet of each other. They just have to be within 20 feet of another light.
Yeah.
That makes that a little more helpful. Anyway. Things you realize when you reread a spell for the 400th time. Okay, so you move them closer to the black cat. Iriana lays them in, well, I guess Andamba, but Iriana lays them. You hear this loud roar, and the sound of padded paws thundering away, and then you see these lights float across the camp area to surround a black cat. Damba kind of gets down in a defensive stance and With his ears tucked back and his tail tucked between his legs. And he growls menacingly as this large black cat with 6 legs is surrounded by these 4 glowing lights.
Okay. Because we've been menaced by these cats for a while, I'm going to shoot at the black one.
Okay.
Plus 1 heavy crossbow.
Okay. You are currently prone, so you would be at disadvantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I'll stand up and shoot at him.
Okay. Give me a second. Holy cow! I just got that compendium, Tome of Beasts 2, for being a pro subscriber.
Yeah.
And last week I looked in here for in the compendium for lion, and I had like 4 or 5 entries. Now there's like 10. So it
I see.
made a huge difference. Got a whole bunch of new stuff to throw at you guys.
Here I thought.
So does 15 hit?
I don't know. I don't remember which character, which enemy I was basing their stats on. I'm looking through them. Give me a moment. I think it's this one. And no, a 15 would not hit. So the bolt goes flying past the cat, and it kind of flinches and ducks with a low growl, matching Damba's growl, and starts to step back away from the camp with its while still watching. It's not turning away; it's just backing away. Is there anything you want to do, Ariana?
No, I'll just lay and wait, see what's going to happen.
I can just see it now. Ariana just kind of lifts her head, looks around like, "Oh, I'll let them take care of it," and lays back down.
Exactly.
Okay. Looks like Sky is casting a spell here.
We'll cast Conjure Animals and pop out, which will cancel out the dancing lights. And I will pop out. Four apes.
4 apes. Okay.
Yep. Tell them to grapple that thing.
Okay. How close are you? Popping these things out to the cat.
Fully surrounding it.
Okay. You said 4 apes, right?
Yep.
Okay, give me 4 athletics checks. Let's see. They do not have athletics. So I'll use strength to attempt to get out of those. I believe one more athletics. Oh wait, never mind. There's 4 there. Duh. Okay. Looks like the first ape is grappling, but the others are not. So, ape number 1 has his arms around the cat. The others are failing to get hold. The cat is um, struggling furiously. And at this point, it is making more than enough noise to wake Rogar as well. And Damba's growls are getting much louder. He's just itching to get into the fight. But he's obviously not going to leave him until he's told to.
Okay, if Damba were to get into this fight, would he attack the cat or would he attack the apes or all of them?
Well, he knows he's seen the apes before. He wouldn't attack the apes. He
Okay.
knows better. He would go after the cat.
Okay. Well, I'm inclined to let him go.
Okay.
And so Damba, go get him.
Okay. Damba charges off and launches himself at the cat. Go ahead and give me an attack with advantage. Okay. Damba actually attempts to bite at the cat, but the cat pulls away just the last second, and Damba just snaps down on empty air. So, are you guys intending to go into initiative at this point, or?
Is the cat going to turn and run?
Well, right now the cat is being held, and he is fighting the ape that is holding it.
I am currently good with initiative because this is like 2, 3 nights, 4 nights, I don't know. I've lost count that this cat in particular has been stalking us.
Okay, well, I agree. I think we'd best get rid of one of them if we can. And where do I find my token?
Okay, well, give me a moment, and I will set up a combat.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Map.
go hit roll initiative. I'll do it again.
What's that?
So, I'll roll. I thought you said roll initiative, so that's what I was doing.
I did. I was asking if you guys wanted to. Give me a second. I will actually set up a map for this. Why don't we go ahead and take our break now while I'm setting up the map, and you guys can go get drinks or use restroom, whatever you guys need to do.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I'm back whenever you're ready.
I'm back.
I'm here as well.
Me too.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to actually draw it. I couldn't find a map that I was happy with. Sky, can you place your token appropriately? I'm trying to find your apes. Do you have access to some apes already?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I move my character just slightly? Never mind. The enemy isn't where I thought it was.
Sky, did you say apes or giant apes?
I think just regular apes.
Okay.
CR half.
Okay. Huh. They don't have an HP listed for them. That's weird.
Should be 19, 3d8 plus 6.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot that I should be rolling initiative. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the details, right? I guess that one's off screen, so we wouldn't really be seeing that one. Does that look right for everyone?
Good to me.
Yeah, it looks fine.
That looks okay.
And it's just the one cat that's here still. Or
Yeah.
lion, I guess they are.
Well, that's just the stat block I'm using. They're actually
Yeah,
look more like six-legged panthers.
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. See, Lazem Sky, Iriana. Rogar, go ahead and roll initiative.
Again.
No, did you already roll one?
Yeah, I rolled one before I.
You rolled one before the new map.
Yeah.
Okay.
20.14 is what you have. Just roll it again and then take it or whatever.
Yeah. Do you want the 3.14 or the 20.14?
Okay, I would love the 20 but four, but no, actually, I just woke up. Everybody else was, fully awake, so it should be. That should be last in this.
Well, even at 20.14, you're still pretty close to last. This
Okay, 20.14 is good then.
this group is pretty agile, except for the tank. Tank slash healer. So I guess everything that happened, and then see, this one is grappling the cat.
If I get the chance to kill it.
Okay, it looks like it's your turn, Sky. Okay, Iriana and Rogar are prone currently, by the way.
I will yell out for them to grapple again, and I will.
Hunter's Mark him. Gotcha. Okay, 26 hits, 18 does not. Do you get
Try
advantage?
again with the.
Do you get advantage attacking grappled target? I don't remember.
Uh,
Give me a second. Let me look it up. It's E F
No, you don't.
G.
They just become 0 speed. That's about it.
Okay. So basically, they can't move.
Yeah.
Okay. So no advantage. Sorry.
I will use my.
Okay. That does hit. So you got 2 hits there. Okay, that's 29 and 37. 37 damage. Am I counting that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and you're. And what's the fourth guy doing? Is he going to?
Continue to grab onto its neck and hoping that the other ones will start grabbing its legs.
Okay. Looks like this guy gets him and this guy gets him.
And that will be the end of mine.
Okay. Lays him.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, I move down here. And then I use my +1 heavy crossbow and fire at him.
Okay, unfortunately 18 does not hit. Oh
Oh,
wait,
that's
Damba is down here attacking too. You want to give Damba back his health real quick?
oh,
Damba is down here attacking as well. Forgot about him.
should be up at full health.
Yeah, everyone should be at full health. You and I thought about it at the same time, Sky.
Yeah.
So I should just do the full rest.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of the sleep, so I have the sending spell slot on, yeah.
yeah, that's correct. But everyone else should be full except for Sky. The spell Sky is used
Can
tonight.
you do for me, Jeff?
What?
Can you add the half day and full rest?
You don't have those on there?
No, I don't. I thought I did, but
Didn't we go through all those and add them for everyone, Sky? I swear we did.
So what?
It's down in the very bottom left under the character, or under the player names. Is where it is for me, the long rest.
oh, that's you. Okay, I thought I clicked on it accidentally, so I'm like, well, maybe I messed up. But yeah, no. I do not.
Okay, second wind restores on a short rest. Action surge restores on a short rest.
So have we used short rest or long rest?
I'm just setting these up here. Giant's
Okay.
Might is a long rest. Indomitable says long rest. That's a short rest. That says long rest. I really hope you guys know what you're talking about when you put the short rest, long rest at the end of these things. Because that's what I'm basing these settings on.
Is it settings only you can see?
No. If you go to the... Do you have the long rest, short rest buttons on your...
I only have long rest.
You don't have the short rest button?
No, I just have the long rest macro.
Oh, you have the macro.
Yeah.
Oh. Did we forget to
Go
do it
into
this game, Sky?
maybe, and I can't access his. So
Oh, that's right. So it would
if
have
you
been
go
on
over to
me.
your cogwheel, they added a general option for short/long rest.
Let's see, short long rest on. Well, that's nice.
And then when you go back to your main page, core page, now you should have cogwheels on each of your utility boxes to change them to either short or long.
Yeah, I saw the used PB had been on there, but I didn't realize those had gotten added. All right.
I'm glad you can go through that fast with no one looking. Because I'm like, I gotta pull it up on the book.
Well, Sky, when he set up your character sheet, or maybe it was you, because it wasn't me,
No, it was me.
went through and put SR at the end, or LR at the end.
Okay, so that's what that means. Thank you. I always wondered what the LRS are, but I wasn't going to say anything.
And I'm assuming he set him up right. I'm gonna trust him. So
No, I believe
that's what I
so.
base these settings on. So go ahead and if you hit your long rest, it should give you a long rest. Rogar.
And they automatically fill the short rest ones too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, long rest does everything short rest does plus more.
Thank you. Sorry, man.
No problem. Unfortunately, Damba does not have a long rest, short rest. I'd have to actually create a. I suppose I could create a character sheet for him. Would kind of make sense. Anyway, so Sky lays him. It is your turn. You just attacked. Go ahead and go with Damba. Take Damba's turn.
All right. I don't have the long and short rest buttons either, but I don't need them right now. Okay, so Damba is a 19 hit.
Does not. Sorry.
Oh well. At least that makes Lazen's 24. Yeah, because Damba's down here close.
No. It's the other way around. You
Damba
give.
has pack tactics, you don't.
Yeah. You give Damba pack tactics, not Damba doesn't give you pack tactics.
Oh. Well,
Damba
darn.
gets pack tactics because of the apes.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the 19 was right anyway.
Yeah.
But isn't he a rogue? So he gets at least sneak attack.
If he hits.
hits.
Oh yeah.
Well. So I didn't hit.
No, I'm afraid not. Sorry. These guys have really high AC.
Very. All right. Now, I've already spent my my movement.
Okay.
I'm going to give I think I'll give Sky a bardic inspiration.
Okay, and at this point, her inspiration is what, a D10? Yes, D10.
Well, use it well.
Thank you.
Okay, the black cat is going to bite at the top left ape. I'm assuming 24 hits. Oh, damn.
Yeah, damn.
Bite always does maximum damage. That means...
4.
Ouch. It's always 24.
Nice.
Why didn't they
Not
just
nice.
put it 24 instead of 2d8 plus 8? Okay, oh, damn, Lion's Claws also do max damage. That's only 20, though.
So this
Fair.
appears to be a very
My
magic
dragon doesn't
creature.
always do max damage.
Huh?
My dragon doesn't always do max damage.
Well, that's your dragon. This is my panther thingy. Okay, attacking the top right ape. And bottom right ape. Okay. 24 damage to each. I'm assuming that kills them.
Yep.
So he is no longer grappled. And he will square up and growl menacingly at Damba. Square up in defensive stance towards Damba. Rogar, it's your turn.
This is not being very nice to me.
What's going on?
Well, I got 72 hit points for Damba, but the little bar right above him says 41/72.
I had the same problem in Sky's game, where I can't actually see my bars in Sky's game.
is
Even
Dava's health linked correctly?
no, I see his health at 72,
Hmm.
and it's linked properly.
Yeah, I don't get an attack yet. As far as I got.
His AC is not linked properly, which I will fix right now.
But wait a minute, I can. Okay.
Okay, your AC should be fixed.
There we go. I attacked with the right weapon.
Well, I don't know what's happening here.
Are you still not seeing his full health?
No.
Is that better?
Much. Thank you.
Okay. You're a level 19 fighter, or no, 18 fighter, 1 paladin, right, Rogar?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do get 3 attacks. 9 does not hit, neither does a 15. The 26 does.
Okay, so only one of them. Like I said, it's not liking me. Nice 6. Let's see if it does any damage. 6 piercing.
Well, you have to remember.
He's not an archer. I know. I'm not pretending he is. Like, yeah, use a crappy bow, man. It's all yours.
Notice he blamed it on the bow and not the archer.
6 points, man. It's a 1d6 attack. Yeah.
Actually, unfortunately, Rogar, damn, what was this creature made for? Your arrow ricochets off its hide, despite being high enough to hit it.
Is it from what's it called?
It's the Golden Lion. I'm thinking it's probably from the
The Greek one?
yeah, but it's only like CR 6. But it's got 20 AC. It's immune to non-magical weaponry. And yeah, it's... I would not want to fight this thing at that level.
Well, if it's immune to non-magical weaponry, then
Which you don't know
yeah.
in
But that
character.
I understand that, but that would explain why Lazum's crossbow didn't do any damage.
No, because you specifically said it was a +1 arrow.
Well, that's true. I did.
I see.
The crossbow just didn't hit it. It's got a 20 AC.
Mechanically speaking, it's got a 20 AC and you got an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
Crappy bow.
Can we get some kitty food out there with some poison in it?
Okay. Um, Sky, you hear a roar in the forest, and you hear um, movement ripping through the the underbrush as the white one comes out of the forest towards its partner. Um, it does not make it all the way though. Ariana, it is your turn.
All right.
And if you guys do end up facing these in the future, I'll actually create tokens and everything for them. Because I wasn't expecting you guys to actually attack them at this point. Or I would have tokens already.
I will walk down to there. And then summon a second level spiritual weapon here that will attack. 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah. And then I will use a sacred flame.
Okay, it is going to use legendary resistance because it does have one. I have them.
All right.
And that is a cantrip, so there's no damage, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm having trouble remembering all the rules for today for some reason. It's really weird. Looks like anything else, Ariana?
No, that's it.
Sky. I think I fried my rules brain yesterday during the game. We started our Sins in the Makers game last night, Bo.
Yeah.
So
Sins of the Makers a module.
no, it's my own. It's completely my own world and
That's you.
everything. It's me. Um, Sky is actually playing a class that I made up for that game.
Yeah.
Oh, The Chosen. We showed it to you.
Yeah.
So we're teaching a couple of people new to 5e, and well, one's new to D&D period, and one's new to 5e.
Yeah.
So
So you have to go over all the rules.
yeah, and it's very helpful to have Sky. Anything I forget, he usually remembers. I'm sorry, Sky.
Sometimes. Alright, we're gonna do two attacks against the black one. If this works.
I'm thinking that worked. Both hit.
And we will throw a divine smite on the second one, just because.
Of course you will.
That does not get the sharpshooter because I forgot to do that, but whatever.
Why did your crit just roll a 10 for the second one?
Because we get the max damage on the second roll.
Right, yeah.
Do you not have a checkbox for Divine Smites?
I do. I just clicked
Okay.
it on the attacks.
Okay, because you actually get to roll it again because it's a crit, so you get to double it or do it twice. So roll another Divine Smite and then give your self back that spell slot. Okay, so you have 15 and 25, or 15 and 10, that's 25. 35, 45, 57, 59, 72. Oh wait, that 13 is not there. So
Should be 90. The 11 and the 13 shouldn't be there, so should be 90 total.
fine, be that way. Don't let me count it up. You said 90?
Yep.
How do you want to kill this black panther animal?
Are they undead?
No.
So it should be 83 then.
Oh yeah, the 6 and the 1 don't count because they're not undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still kill it?
You said 83? Bo?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, it does still kill it. How do you want to kill it?
Um. Sharpshooter precision. One bolt into the eye and one bolt into the ear.
Okay. He kind of stumbles for a moment and kind of slumps to the ground with a hollow growl, I guess, and leaves there. It's dead. Okay.
And then I will yell at the ape to run there and try and grapple the second.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okie doke. Lays him.
Yes. 1, 2, 4, 5. I'm going to move there. I'm going to attack it with Perfect pitch.
Damn, another crit, which means you get to do a vicious mockery as well.
Okay, well, I'll certainly do that.
Video URL.
Do you want me to give you the...
URL at current time.
Hold on.
Copy embed code.
I don't know what happened.
Copy debug info. Troubleshoot playback issue.
I
Stats
don't
for
know what we're hearing, but I don't think that's part of our game.
Your
It's not.
whatever's in the background is.
Something just
Okay,
went crazy on my
so do
computer.
you want to resolve the perfect pitch first or get my second strike in there?
Might as well resolve it first. Sounds like he told it to read your screen, Kenny, if that matters. If that helps any. Might as well resolve perfect pitch first.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and cast your vicious mockery as well.
That one's not set up for the.
What vicious mockery?
The perfect pitch. The 1 should be a 6.
So should the 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's my vicious mockery.
Okay, let's see, it's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got... So 21 sneak damage, 19 piercing, and 9 psychic damage from the attack. And go ahead and roll another vicious mockery. Oh wait, no, that doesn't benefit from the crit. So it's another 9.
Okay, so that's 49, is it?
Sounds like that to me. Damn. You guys are just tearing into these guys.
Well, and then I still have my second attack to do here.
You do? Go for it.
I got more.
Go, man, go.
You got more, is that what you said, Sky?
Yes, he got more. He got 83.
No, I got 58 because that 1 should have been a 6 and that 4 should have been a 6 on perfect pitch.
Oh, you got a higher count. That's what you said.
Yes.
Well, that's all right. I'll take it. Okay, does 21 hit?
Okay, just use a calculator, and it says 58. Is that what everyone... Someone agree with that? Anyone agree with that?
That's what I've got in my calculator.
Okay.
It's pretty bad when there's 4 of us here, and or 5 of us, and none of us can add. Without a
Ariana can
calculator.
add.
Yeah.
I've got a calculator up because
Okay.
I can't add.
And yes, 21 hits. 14. Okay. Damba?
Just rearranged my page, but whatever.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you moved Damba because otherwise you wouldn't be able to attack.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I've got too much popping up here on my screen.
Maybe sure isn't talking to you for no reason.
What?
At least yours didn't start talking to you for no reason.
Well, that's true. Okay, I think I've gotten everything done that I can do. So my
Okay,
turn's over.
I'm actually gonna retcon that he used a legendary resistance against that vicious mockery.
Yeah, you can do that when you have that many that you got to worry about. Granted, it gives you a little bit lifestyle, but still.
I'm not used to playing enemies with legendary resistances.
So I don't get the 9 hit points, is what you're saying, or the 9 attack points.
The 9 damage from the vicious
Yeah.
mockery, no.
Yes. Okay.
That's still
Sorry.
a 49 from that weapon, though.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Anything else, Lazen?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Rogar?
Woohoo! I may be able to kill something. Oh, sorry. But I still got to run to him. Let's see. 10, 20, 10, 20, 30. There we go. Hit this guy now. Yay! Probably won't hit him, but I at least attempt to.
Why are you cussing at your computer?
First 3 hits.
If it'll do the last one.
That one's not set up for... It did do it.
Okay, that I didn't see the bludgeoning 3, the first one.
It's
But it's not set up for the max roll either, is it?
no, it's not. It's 59 damage in total if it takes full from the fire.
How do you want to kill it, Rogar?
I come in with my first one, and I aim at the body because I'm pissed because my arrow bounced last time. And then I aim at the neck with the second hit, and I aim directly and just take off the head with the third. and with the fire, cauterize the wound as it's going.
Okay. It kind of gives you a yelp with... surprised yelp as you strike it with the last one as the head goes flying through the air. And... everyone give me... perception checks at disadvantage except Sky. He's not at disadvantage. Well, damn, y'all heard it anyway.
You need Damba too?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Y'all hear from some distance off a very angry, primal, pain-filled scream as it kind of echoes through the night.
Female scream?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Would that be blonde?
Yes, the scream is blonde.
I kick it for good measure.
Okay, so it's time to get back to bed.
That I was not expecting that tonight, guys. But it works.
I ask if anybody is going to need the pelts.
I don't think anyone in this game is another worker.
That sucks.
Nope.
That seriously sucks.
No, I can't use it. But we might just cut one of the bodies open so Damba can have fresh meal.
Can I try skinning them?
Sure. Give me a street dexterity check. It starts out doing a pretty good job, but as you get further along, it gets much more complicated, and what you end up with at the end is more scraps of pelt than pelt.
Then I just butcher it for Damba. Give it to him. If it doesn't, yeah, never mind. You get it.
Yeah, Damba is more than happy to dig in.
And as he does that, I make him go wash his face and paws before he comes to bed. Get rid of all that blood.
I grumble about going sit down. Man, that would have been some good armor. It deflects stuff that hits it.
It also deflected your skinning knife.
Well, I was actually using. I thought about it. I'm actually using my. The reason why I did such a bad job is because I was using my picks. So you know.
Your pick?
Okay.
You don't have a pick.
It is.
Your longsword? You have to
No.
be
My longsword and my flame's edge.
flame sledge.
My flame
That
sledge.
is a hammer.
That's what I'm saying. You know, grabbing it with one, hacking with the other. So well.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't work very well.
That's why it came out so bad. I
Oh,
don't know how
okay.
to do this.
Okay. Yeah, by the time Dambas lays down after washing his paws and his face in the water, he's like twice the size. He has a great big fat belly.
Which direction did the scream come from? That's my own question.
Off in the forest.
Oh, so couldn't tell just around us?
No, it's
Okay.
just off in the forest.
I think we're probably going to be safe to bed down again.
What time is it? Who's taking?
It is middle of Sky's watch. So you guys have been asleep for about 2 hours. So that would make it about 2 o'clock in the morning.
I gotta go back to sleep. Great job of keeping us
Yeah.
awake.
I'm heading out to sleep as well. I'm heading back to sleep.
Okay. Sky, you're gonna keep watch for 4 hours. You're gonna wake him up after 2.
I'll go and stay up another 4.
Okay. Give me perception check, and I guess stealth if you're gonna do it. I mean, that's kind of a stupid question, but seriously, what the hell's with all the crits tonight, guys?
Just one of those days.
42? Jesus. That's insane, Sky. Um, yeah, so the rest of your watch is very quiet. Other than the occasional night critter coming down to eat its fill of the cats. Yeah. The rest of your watch is uneventful.
Then when it is time for when 4 hours has approximately passed, I will climb down the tree. As I'm walking to the camp, I will flip my mirror back over and go wake up the next person, which was
Lism.
Lism. I will grab him by the shoulder and kind of shake him awake.
Okay, and
Thus far, it has been quiet outside the cats.
yeah. Well, but we took care of those cats. Yeah, I kind of get up and rubbing my eyes a little bit. And then I go look around the camp and stir the fire and add another log. And then I move off a ways from the fire so that I'm not quite so obvious.
Okay.
And
As you get up and leave your bedroll, Damba kind of stretches and growls a little and rolls over on top of your bedroll and lets out a loud belch and goes right back to sleep.
yeah, I need to get a good look at that bedroll before I crawl back in. But it should be daylight by then. So,
Not quite.
whatever.
Maybe. I don't know. Go ahead. What are you doing?
I'm giving you a perception check.
Okay, go for it. Okay. Okay. For the most part, your watch is pretty much uneventful. As like the last hour or so of your watch, the wind starts to pick up a little, and just as you're thinking, okay, it's about time for me to go wake up Rogar, you hear kind of a loud crack of thunder, and there's a bolt of lightning, and it starts to rain. Pretty heavily.
All right, now I step back to the fire and stir it up good, and then I quickly pitch a shelter half over it so that we've got a warm, dry place to be while the rain falls around us.
Okay.
Okay, so
So you do that instead of Lehman's tiny hut? Don't you have that? You usually do. Or is it Uriana that had that? No, it was you. She had
no,
the mantle.
I have it. It just didn't occur to me.
Oh, okay.
I just
You can go ahead and do the shelter hat. That's fine.
yeah. All I was thinking of doing was creating a situation where there was some dry ground where we could have breakfast before we left,
Okay.
because we're going to get wet. I don't think there's any way around that.
Nope.
So once I get the shelter half up, then I go around and shake everybody, anybody who's not already awake and wet.
No, you're not. You're not the last watch.
Huh?
You're not the last watch. Rogar is.
With 4 hours, I'm not the last?
No, you only do 2.
Oh,
Unless you want to do 4.
I mean,
Get
you're welcome.
exhaustion.
Welcome to.
I thought I did 4.
Nope, only 2.
Brenda did 4.
Oh, got it. Okay. Well, then fine. Then I'll go and I'll wake Rogar up and tell him to keep our wood dry and enjoy the warm fire.
I'll try to do that.
And then I'll go back and to my bedroll and look as best I could to see if I'm laying down in blood. Doesn't look like I am. So I'll push Damba aside and crawl back in. Are you talking and not talking to me?
I said I'm awake.
Yeah, you're gonna have to push him aside. There's no blood, but he's definitely curled up in the warmth of, or what used to be the warmth of your bedroll.
Yes. Well,
I get up.
I'm thinking I'm going to pick up that bedroll and carry it over close to the fire.
Okay.
And if he wants to lay out there and get wet, that's his problem.
Yeah, he's snoring.
Okay, well, then he'll be one soggy dog by morning. Or a wolf. And I know what a wet dog smells like. I wonder what a wet wolf smells like.
Probably not any better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I put my bedding in as close as I can to the fire without getting burnt, and then I crawl in and try to get warm.
Okay. Rogar?
Okay, I get up and I start doing my walk around, stretch, wake up. This is the second time I gotten up, and hopefully stoke the fire a little bit. Try to keep check on the wood, and then sit down and prepare to do the watch. And I'm getting to it now, right? Perception?
Yeah. At one point, as you pass Damba, he kind of looks up at you, opens his eye, and looks at you bleary-eyed, and kind of huffs, and then his head just kind of falls back to the ground, and he starts snoring again.
I look at him and I agree with his ideas.
Well, I think that's pretty much a food coma.
That was the point. That's what I was trying to get across. It's not quite turkey coma, but it's he's very stuffed.
Okay.
Okay, so Rogar, you kind of settle down up against the wall, kind of maybe under a little overhang, so you're probably still getting wet, just probably not falling on you directly. And you kind of settle down and tuck yourself in as far as possible. Kind of looking around, and at this point, since you guys had to take the fight or do the fight, you're sleeping a little late, so the sun has already started to come up, and Um, so the sun is up, and you're kind of looking around and checking out the camp, and kind of your eyes kind of drift closed for a moment, and you open them and look around again, and there's nothing there. Your eyes drift closed again, and then a few moments later you open them, look around, there's nothing there, and your eyes kind of drift closed again, and after a moment or two you start softly snoring. So everyone, give me a perception check at disadvantage. Been asking for a lot of disadvantage this time, this session.
Yeah.
And I find it amusing that everyone still seems to pass the checks, even at disadvantage.
Except me.
Okay, Rogar, you are snoring away. Um, and Sky is also still asleep. See, Lazem and Iriana. Lazem, you wake up first, and see. Oops, come on. You wake up and you kind of look around. Rain is still pouring down. Everyone is asleep. Best you can tell, you're waking up about an hour later than Rogar should have woke you guys. And just as you're getting up out of your bedroll, kind of looking around, taking your bearings, Iriana wakes up and starts to look around and get her bearings. And the two of you realize that Rogar is over against the wall, out cold.
I look over at Rogar and see that he's up against the wall, but it didn't do him a lot of good. There's still quite a bit of water dripping on him. So I figured, well, just leave him alone. He'll have his shower without worrying or trying to do it. And I look at Ariana and say, what do you think we should do?
Remember that it is raining pretty hard at the moment.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
Or remind or whatever.
Would you like me to cast the tiny hut and everybody go in and dry out and just sleep? We lose a day, or shall we go on and slog through the rain?
How long does the tiny hut last for?
8 hours.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Bryn, Aiden, and Beetle and Bean. Biddle and Bean.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the tiny hut has enough room, but
Yeah.
I can make a much nicer place to rest if we want to spend the whole day.
Yeah, well, actually, our choice is do something like that and spend the day or slog through the rain. And we probably wouldn't see a whole lot while we were doing it. So it makes sense to me to, everybody just dry out and clean up their gear. And
Yeah,
well,
I think that would make sense.
okay, but you're right. I think with Damba we've got 9, so that would make it difficult to use a tiny hut. Are you willing to cast
Yeah,
that
I am.
mansion?
There's
Okay.
no real downside to it.
Yeah,
I will spend.
yeah. If I had known it was going to rain this hard all night, I would have suggested doing something else then.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll just kind of stand facing the wall and spend a minute just kind of looking at the wall and making, spell casting hand gestures. And then at the end of that, you'll kind of see a shimmering door appear in the rock face.
Okay.
okay, I'll
And
walk around, shake everybody awake, say, hey, we've got a dry place for us. So Iriana cast his, what's it called, a mansion?
Her.
And
Yeah.
well, come on, we're going to go in there and clean up our gear and have a nice warmth shower if you want. And we're not going to travel today because it's raining so hard we couldn't see anything anyway.
I get up and I walk over and I say thanks, and then I cut some meat from the one of the carcasses.
Damba growls at you.
That's okay. I said I fed you. This is for the group. There's two lions here.
But
Rogar, there's food inside.
Oh,
already prepared by servant staff.
then I hand
Whatever you want.
I hand Dama the meat I just cut for him. Said it's for you inside.
I will, however, go over and try and cut off a ear from the black cat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, you cut it off.
You might want to take a white one too. Claim them both.
I'm good with the black one.
I'm assuming you're using your magic sword because I guess the Master's House dagger would work too. It is magical.
Yeah, I would probably use the dagger.
Okay. You are able to get the ear without any trouble. And Damba takes, rips like an entire leg off one of these cats and runs over with it hanging from his mouth. Runs over and as soon as Iriana opens the door, he jumps inside before she even gets a chance to get in. And sits down just in this puddle of water that he's dripping on the floor. He just lays down in it and starts gnawing on the hunk of meat that he brought in. He's making himself at home.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go inside as well and take my gear up to one of the rooms. And I think we'll put it in the tub, and then I can come back later and wring it all out and dry it out and so forth.
As soon as you put your gear down, spectral servants come in and start picking it up and hanging it up and setting it up so it can drip dry, and yeah.
And my concern was making a mess, having muddy water all over the floor, but I guess they'll take care of that.
The spectral servants take care of it all.
Okay. That's nice to have. Thank you, Ariana. And so I go back downstairs and into the dining room. And when the server comes around to take my order, I tell him I'll take 6 eggs over easy and a slab of smoked ham and biscuits and honey and cider.
Okay.
And thank you.
And the servant silently disappears and will return before too long with your food. In the meantime, Aiden, Bryn, Biddle, and Bean all make their way in. They're kind of suspicious of this amazing looking mansion that appears out of nowhere just by going through the door. But Aiden and Bryn are just looking around with awe, and the two dwarves are, kind of have their weapons up at first, kind of a bit defensive. But as they see everyone relaxing and going about their business, they kind of relax a little, and they start shedding their gear, which the servants immediately pick up and start to hang up and, set it all up so that it can dry. Sky, Iriana, and Rogar, what are you guys doing?
Ordering a good meal and then checking going over and whatever room I'm assigned or spot I go through and checking my gear. Making sure everything is good, clean, and ready to go before I eat and fall asleep again. Because I'm tired.
Okay. So do you actually leave your gear unattended at any point?
No.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you put your gear down, spectral servants kind of come around and start to try and pick it up and put it up and hang it and all that to let it drip dry and all that. But if you don't let them do that, you don't have to. Or they won't.
No, if as I watch them try doing one, I'm about to say something. I notice what they're doing. I just watch them very, because I've never been something like this. I'm like, I trust you, but you seem to be doing okay.
Yeah. The servants are very, very helpful in this place.
Yeah, I can see that now.
And on top of that, you can have anything you want to eat or drink, and you don't have to pay for it or anything.
And in any quantity.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that reminds me of a time when we sat down here with, well, it wasn't in this particular mansion, but it was in another very similar. And we had, well, I can't say we, because I'm not sure anybody else got a chance to share it, but I had rhubarb pie, and I ate so many pies, I couldn't hardly walk, but it sure was good. But you probably don't remember that. Rogar, I'm sure you wouldn't. But
I don't know. Sky, Ariana, you remember that?
I remember pies. I remember rhubarb pies. That's why I put it in chat that I was curious if he was getting a rhubarb pie.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I
Well,
definitely remember it.
yeah.
So, Ariana and
Yeah.
Sky, what are you guys doing?
I will let everyone else head in first, and then just kind of come in behind them and make sure that everything's getting cleaned up and put away. And just say that, sorry. What happens when it ends? Any creatures expelled? Oh, yeah. So if it ends, then we'll just be put out beside the rock face. I'll just say, make yourselves at home. There's as much food and drink as you want, and just ask for anything, and it should be delivered to you soon. Uh, Everyone should have a room they can sleep in or relax in, and there's big common area here. Uh, just, I think the plan is to spend the day here just to wait out the rain, or wait out the worst of the rain, and then we can keep going tomorrow.
Do we need to have anybody pull shift or something like that? Just or is it just relaxation and recoup?
Just relaxation. Nobody can get in that door without Ariana's permission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And no one can even see that the door is there when it's closed.
That's cool.
Okay. Sky, go ahead and give me. Oh, go ahead and tell us what you're doing first.
I'm gonna go to our room.
Huh?
I'm gonna go to our room.
Okay. Sky separates and goes on into room on his own. Um, do you let the servants take care of your gear?
Yes.
Okay. Um, give me. Was it poisonous kits checks?
Yep.
Um, so you're trying to do 4, so give me 4.
Query you want?
Oh,
Holy Dex.
yeah, that'll work. Okay. You kind of struggle with the first one. But it's you do eventually get it to work. Um, the second one goes a little bit better, but the second, sorry, the third and fourth are much easier. You just kind of use first use practice or something, I guess. Um, by the time you finish it, it's been a long day, but you do manage to get your vials. It's taking you about um, 10.5 hours to get the 4 of them complete.
I don't have the ability to make potions, but can the mansion provide them?
No, I don't.
Don't believe so.
Probably could provide you potions, but as
Yeah.
soon as you walk out, they're going to disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that wouldn't be suitable. I was just thinking, I don't have any greater healing potions, and it would be nice to have some. There are times when I'm sure it would come in handy.
Is anyone in the party herbalist or alchemist?
I'm not.
Nor am I.
Okay, then nobody in the party can really make them.
Okay, well, then that's not going to happen then.
I believe our only one was Opal.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Okay, well,
And then you had the Margrave game, which you had like 4 herbalists or alchemists in the party,
yeah.
or something like that.
Okay. So, after eating my meal, I go over to Damba and I say, Damba, you're a mess. We need to get you bathed and dry so that you're clean again.
He looks up at you, licks his chops with blood all over and is matted in his fur around his mouth and his paws. And as soon as you say you need to get you cleaned up, a bunch of servants approach and start um, pushing him off into another room to get him cleaned up in a tub.
Well, I'm glad that they do that because I don't know how I'd manage to get him to bathe if he didn't choose to go along.
Yeah, he's not very happy about it, but
Hmm.
it's useless to ignore them because they can push you, but when he snaps at him, his mouth just goes through him.
Uh,
So,
well, that's good. Okay, so
but he's leaving these little bloody paw prints down the hall.
yeah, well, they'll get that washed up pretty quick, and he'll be all nice and clean and fresh, and probably want to go back out in the rain. Okay, were you aware that it's time for Iriana to go?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
that's why I was kind of trying to draw this out. um,
Yeah, I do need to take off.
okay,
Thank you
so
for a great game, everybody.
yes, we'll go ahead and end it here. We'll pick it up next week. Wait, am I?
Okay,
Is there something next? Is somebody have something next week?
I don't know.
no, as of yet, I'll let you know because I'm starting. I may be starting a new job, but I'll let everybody know.
Okay, maybe it was you. You don't have
Cross-
anything next week, Sky, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Other than that, no, I don't. But cross fingers.
Okay, it must have been you then, Kenny. For some reason, I feel like I'm something about next weekend that was interfering with gameplay. I don't remember which day though. We don't have a problem next week with the Sins of the Makers game, right?
Not
I know.
as of the moment. No.
And Frost Maiden, Sky.
Nope.
I got too many damn games, guys. And I did it to myself because I volunteered for all of them. Okay, we'll pick it up next week.
Night all.
And I'm ending the recording now.